नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं सगजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी कृष्णानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare Krishna. So before we start the session, okay, we'll have a quick recap of what we did in the previous session. Okay, can anyone tell me what were the things we started discussing last session?
Taji, last session we discussed about Kuntala, Vishwamitra and Menaka story, and Shakuntala and Dushyanta story.
Dushyanta story, very good. And then Dushyanta's and Shakuntala's son's name was? Bharata, very good. Right? So we first discussed the introduction, right? We started off with Vishwamitra Muni's story, right? And Vishwamitra Muni was trying for what? He was meditating to?
Brahma.
Yeah, he was meditating to Brahma for, like he was already in a Brahma Rishi status. Okay. So he was praying to Brahma for gaining even more power. That's when Indra got jealous, right? So Indra was scared that he might take his position, right? So that's how he sent whom? He sent Menaka. But why did he send Menaka especially when there were so many Apsaras, right? Why specifically only Menaka?
Because Menaka was more beautiful than other Apsaras, and her voice and her dance was nice.
Yeah, correct. So all the Gandharvis or all the Apsaras were able to dance very well, right? But Menaka had a very beautiful voice as well. Okay. So Menaka was chosen by Indra to go and pacify Vishwamitra. Okay. And then, okay, we'll just again come to Mahabharat. Okay, Mahabharat was written by whom?
It was written by Ganesha. Lord Ganesha and
composed by Vedavyas. Yeah, what is Vedavyas's full name?
Krishna Dvaipanya Vyasa.
Very good. Okay, and how many shlokas were there in Mahabharata?
More than 1 lakh shlokas.
More than 1 lakh shlokas. Very good. And how many parvas are there in Mahabharata?
18 parvas.
18 parvas. And the first parva's name is?
Adi Parva.
Very good. And the parva where Bhagavad Gita mentioned is called?
Bhishma Parva.
Very good. Bhishma Parva. Okay, so this is the synopsis. Okay, and when was the first time Mahabharata was recited in public? Like who recited it to whom?
Vaishapan to Janamejaya.
Yeah, Janamejaya was the son of?
Parikshit.
Very good. Okay, so when was this story, like in which occasion was the story recited? What was that day? What was going on that day? When Janamejaya was hearing this from the sage, what was the thing that was going on that day?
Sarpayaga.
Ah, correct. Okay, and what was the snake that was about to kill Parikshit Maharaj?
Takshaka.
So Takshaka Yajna was going on, right? So they were trying to pacify Takshaka, right? To make sure that Maharaj doesn't die. So in that process, Vaishampayana recites the story of Mahabharat to Janamejaya. Okay. See, and all of these are Parvas. Okay. Today we will be discussing Adi Parva and Sava Parva. Okay, like little bit into Sava Parva. Okay, so as I posted in the group, those will be the stories we will be discussing today. Okay, majorly focusing on Adi Parva. Adi Parva, do you remember what is Adi Parva? What are the stories that come in Adi Parva? We discussed last class, right? Arohi, you are not audible. Yeah, it's the starting. It's the introduction of Mahabharat, okay? Like Vishwamitra Munis, okay? And the whole Kuru dynasty, okay? The whole Bharata Khanda, okay? Like the Bharata Varsha, right? So from King Bharata, all the stories will be explained, okay? So this is the whole synopsis, okay? So like we saw, Vishwamitra Muni was pacified by Menaka, and they too had a daughter called Shakuntala. Very good. And Shakuntala was attracted to a king called
Dushyanta.
very good, Dushyanta. Okay, and both of them. And what was the symbol that was given by Dushyanta to Shakuntala?
Ring.
A ring, exactly. And the ring had what kind of a mark in it? It had a
The royal coat of arms.
very good. Yeah, okay. It had like a royal seal kind of a thing, okay, which represents that this ring belongs to the king, okay, who's ruling at that time. So what happens? The ring, when Shakuntala is going to meet the king, what happens? The ring gets lost. How does it get lost?
When Shakuntala was sleeping, that time the ring fell loose off her finger, and that time a fish came. Fish comes and the ring goes inside the fish.
Yeah, right. What a sad thing, right? After that, she goes and she tries to talk to the king, okay, but he was not able to remember her because of whose curse?
Durvasa Muni's curse.
Yeah, Durvasa Muni curses Shakuntala, right? Why does he curse Shakuntala?
Because she didn't perform proper service. She was lenient because she was thinking about King Dushyanta.
Very good, yes, right? So she was in absence of her husband, right? Her husband was not present, right? So she was feeling depressed and she was not able to concentrate on her service to Durvasa Muni, okay? Now what happens? King Bharata is born, okay? Bharata had a very unique feature. What was that? King Bharata had a yes, exactly. So Bharata had a feature of talking to animals, right? He was not able to communicate with normal people. Okay, so he was able to communicate only with animals, especially the tigers, the lions, and everything, right? So one day when a fisherman comes and gives back the ring to the king, what happens? He comes running, and who does the king meet?
Everything. He remembers everything, and he goes back to the forest to find Shakuntala.
Very good. To find Shakuntala, and that's when he sees Bharata. What is Bharata doing? He was
He's counting the teeth of the lion.
yeah, he was counting the teeth of the lion. Okay, so he was that brave. And then what happens? He makes Bharata the king, and hence the lineage of this starts. Okay, we discussed this last time. Remember, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Kuru dynasty. So Shantanu's father was King Kuru. Okay, but before we go into King Kuru's and King Shantanu's story, okay, I think you all would have heard during the Bhagavatam class, right, about Shantanu and his story, right? But before that, we will go into another great king, okay, in between who had come, okay, and his name is King Sibbi. Okay, can we start this Parva? You're all ready?
Yes.
Okay. So now this Parva, it starts with King Sibbi. Does anyone know who King Sibbi is?
Yes. He's that king who gave his flesh to a eagle
Very good.
so that he wouldn't kill a pigeon.
Very good. So once she basically summarized the story for us. Okay. So one day King Sibbi was sitting in his courtyard. Okay. That's when he sees a pigeon flying and coming to him. Okay. And sitting in his lap. And then this pigeon is crying. Okay. It's like, my dear king, please save me. This was during Satya Yuga, right? Satya Yuga, animals were able to speak. And, kings were able to understand the language of the animals. So that time what happened? The pigeon cries and the king assures, okay, Sibbi, he assures that, no, you don't get scared. I will save your life with mine. Okay, so saying so, he promises, and an eagle, vulture actually to be exact, okay, a vulture comes. A vulture comes and the vulture will ask the king, you have to return my prey. Okay, that is my food. And if I don't eat the pigeon, I will die. Okay, and the king will be like, no, I have already promised that I will save this pigeon's life. Okay, so I am not going to give it to you. And then the vulture explains, okay, to the king that, see, it is the life cycle, right? Do you all know what life cycle is, right? One animal kills another animal to survive in this ecosystem, right? So I am a vulture and I have to kill like these kind of pigeons, and snakes and things like that to keep myself alive, right? So now today, this pigeon is my prey, and I have to eat it to stay away, to stay alive. Otherwise, my family, like, who will take care of my family? Now the king has been put in a very tough situation, and he doesn't know what to do. Okay, then he will propose something. He will be like, "There's a lot of meat, right, in their kingdom also. We have a lot of variety of meat. Okay, so I can offer you that kind of meat." But the vulture will be like, "No, I only eat fresh prey, right? Because it is a like wild animal, right? It is like I'll only eat fresh prey." So saying like this, now the king starts thinking. He's like, "Okay, fine. Then how much ever weight the pigeon weighs, right? Okay, I will give that amount of meat from my body." And then what happens? Do you all know what this is, right? A balancing scale, right? So
Yes,
then
yes.
what happens? The king, like puts the pigeon in one side of the scale and he sits on the other side. Okay. So to weigh, the king keeps cutting and putting his own flesh into the weighing scale. Okay, but it will never rise. Okay, the pigeon is always heavy. Like this, he starts cutting. The whole leg is gone. The hands are gone. So basically, there is no more flesh left in the body. Okay, and then finally, what happens? He goes and he sits on the weighing scale. Okay, now seeing this, who appears? The vulture and pigeon turn out to be whom?
Gods. Demigods.
Demigods. In that, it was Indra. It was actually Indra's thing. Okay, Indra wanted to test how of a great king, Sibbi was, right? So he appears and he will be like, "This was a test, I had given to you, and you have done such a great sacrifice that no one else can do, right? When you're staying alive, you can't cut your own flesh. It's very painful, okay? And a king doesn't have to do this. He could have just killed the vulture, right? But being such a generous king, you did this. So hence he was granted all the wealth, all the prosperity, and he had a very prosperous kingdom. Now, why are we discussing King Siddhi's story? Does anyone know why? Why is his story mentioned in Mahabharat? What is special about the story?
He was generous to all animals, and he
Good.
always and whoever came to his house and to his palace for shelter, he used to grant them shelter and protect them.
Very good, correct. So now he ascends from such a great dynasty of the Bharatha dynasty, right? And Bharata was the king, and he was such a great king, right? So now Siddhi comes. So this explains the family lineage. This leads to us the story of Bhishma Pitamaha and why he is the way he is, right? So all of these stories build up a character for us in the final. Okay, sometimes we'll feel, why is a person so
Your voice is
Mataji,
breaking.
we are not able to hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, I'm sorry. Can you able to hear me now?
Yes, Mataji. Now.
Yeah. So now what happens? So this builds as a character, right? So now by seeing such generous kings, sometimes we wonder, how can they be so generous? How can they take such a harsh verb, right? How can they be like this? So these characters tell us that it is in their lineage, right? It's just not that it's their
Mataji, we can't hear you again.
Mataji, again your video got freeze. We can't hear you.
Mataji, your voice is breaking completely, Mataji.
Can't hear you, Aishwarya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, I'm so sorry. I'm having a small internet problem. Yeah, can you hear me now? So,
Yes, Mataji.
okay, so now we are going to see the story of whom? No, from King Sibbi comes King Kuru. Okay, and we all know Kuru, right? The Kuru dynasty, right? The Kuru Vamsha and everything. Now, Kuru had a son, okay, called Shantanu. Okay, so now we're going to discuss a little bit backstory before we get into King Kuru's story. Okay, now what happens? Shantanu had a previous life. Does anyone know who he was in his previous life or anything like that? Or you remember anything from the Bhagavatam story we discussed?
Told in the Mahabharat class also.
Yeah. Do you remember the story?
Oh.
He was a king. Okay, he was Mahabhisha. I think you all remember now, right? He was a king called Mahabhisha, okay, in his previous life. And Mahabhisha used to perform so many Ashwamedha yajnas and yagas, and he used to be such a nice king, okay. So what happens? Indra comes and he grants him the Swargaloka, okay, the like Brahma Loka residence, okay. So once King Mahabhisha passes, okay, he goes to the Swargaloka, to Brahma Loka, okay. So many years pass, okay, and he's enjoying all the things of Brahma Loka and Swargam, everything. And one day Brahma decides to do a yaga, okay, a yagna, right? And he invites everyone, all the Prajapatis, all the Gandharvas, Gandharvis, everyone, okay, all the Apsaras, everyone come, okay. And when even celestial beings also come, like this, even Ganga Devi comes to that yagna to attend. Now, what happens is Mahabhisha was very attracted to Ganga Devi's beauty, and so was Ganga for a split of second. Okay, but what was the purpose they came here for? They came here to be part of a yagna that was conducted by Brahmadev, right? So Brahma gets very angry. He's like, I am doing this yagna for the sake of human, for the pleasure of Vishnu. Okay, and all of you are here like doing this kind of things, and he curses. Okay, what does he curse? He curses Mahabhisha that you will be sent down to earth, okay, and you will be born as a human being again, okay. And the same thing is cursed to Ganga Devi as well, okay. Ganga Mata is also cursed, okay, the same way. Now both of them live in such very sad state that they're gonna take birth soon in the human world. But the thing was, both get to choose how they are born, okay, and especially Mahabhisha gets to choose in which family he is going to be born in, okay. So now tell me, which family will Mahabhisha be born in?
Family.
Kuru family, correct. He'll be born in Kuru family. Does anyone know the king's name, the full name of King Kuru? Remember, we have discussed in Bhagavatam class. Pratipada. Pratipada, okay, was the king, okay, he was born to. Okay, so he decides to be born to this particular king. Okay, now let's get back to Ganga situation. Now, what happens to Ganga Devi is she's returning back to where? To Kailash. Okay, so on her way to Kailash, she comes over this particular land, okay, where Vashishta Muni used to meditate. Okay, he had his hermitage. Now, what happens is there were 8 Vasus. 8 Vasus are like 8 elements, okay, of earth. So now what they represent 8 elements of earth. So now what happens is these Vasus are accompanied by their wives, okay, and the wives and them they all go around this thing, and near the the hermitage of Vashishta Muni they see a wish granting cow. Okay, this cow, whatever you ask, the cow will give him. So now what happens, and it especially produces a kind of milk, okay, which makes one like be eternally beautiful, and they can lead like thousands of lives, like their age will be extended, okay. So now what happens, one of the Vasu's wife, okay, she wanted that particular cow, okay, because she wanted to give it to a gift, as a gift to one of her friend who was residing on earth, okay, because she was suffering from some kind of disease, okay. So now what happens? What does the Vasu do? Obviously, he will say okay, and he will go. He will take the cow and he will come. But now he has not asked permission, okay, to take the cow. It was just there, and he took the cow and he went away. Now Vashishta Muni, after some time, he comes to this place, okay, and he starts searching, and the cow is not there. So with his mind, okay, he meditates and he sees what has happened. So immediately, what he does, he curses the Vasus, okay, the same curse, okay. You will be born on earth. Okay, now you tell me, why is everyone cursing everyone to go to earth?
Because earth is very miserable.
Yeah, earth is very miserable. Yes, Vanshi.
To be part of the Kuru family and
Correct. It's a pastime. Yes, correct. Yes, Vanshi, you raised your hand.
All sages and demigods curse other people to be born on earth, because on earth there are four things like old age, death. The miseries are there on earth which are not there in the
Correct. Now over here, like Vanshi told, over here, what was his aim? He wanted to get the cow's milk to look younger and to live longer life, right? But on earth, we have this birth cycle, right? You have to be born, child, like childhood, and then youth, and then old age, all this comes. Okay, you're entrapped. And they say earth is Dukkalayam, which means a sad place to live in, right? So for someone as a Gandharva or a Vasu, for them, they will not be demoted to like be born as a Rakshasa. First, they will be demoted to be born as a human only. Okay, so this is the cycle of how it happens. Okay, so now the Vasus. Okay, we'll just quickly learn the Vasu's name. Okay, so all of you should remember the Vasus. Okay, now who was the first Vasu? Prithvi. Prithvi means
earth.
very good. And then it was Agni, fire.
Fire.
Vayu,
Air.
wind. And then it is Antariksha means
Space.
space. Very good. And then Aditya.
Sun.
Sun.
Aditya, sun, very good. Chandrama,
Moon.
moon, very good. Dvyasa, Dvasa. Okay. Dvasa is, remember, we have Agni, we have air, we have Antariksh. What is missing?
Light.
What? Sorry, I'm not able to hear.
Light.
Light. Okay, good. Very good. Nakshatrani?
Stars.
Stars. Correct. Now you tell me who got the major curse. Now Vashishta cursed everyone. Okay, but there was one particular Vasu he cursed because that Vasu's wife only asked for the cow. Who was that Vasu?
Prithvi.
Yeah, Dvithvi. Yeah, it is a Dvithvi. It's actually Dwas. Dyaus. Dwas. Okay. So he was cursed in particular. And what was his curse? Okay. When all of these people go and plead to Vishwamitra Muni that we are so sorry, okay, it didn't happen wantedly. Vishwamitra Muni is like, all of you will be temporarily born. I can't take out my curse, right? All of you will be born, but you will be temporary. But this one Vasu, okay, you are the reason for the cow to be taken away. So you will live in earth for a couple of years, So this was the curse. Now what happens? All of them are feeling very sad, obviously, right? Now they have to go back to earth. Then they see Ganga, okay, who was passing. Okay, she was just going from Brahmaloka to where?
Kailash.
Good, yeah. So on her way, now these Vasus see and they call, okay, they call Ganga Mata and they'll be like, Ma, can you be our mother? We want to be born from you, okay? So can you, be our mother and can you give us birth, okay, when we come as your sons on earth? So Ganga Devi agrees, okay, and all of this happens. So this is the backstory, right? Now parallelly on earth, what is going on? Now, King, Pratipada, okay, his name is Pratipada, and he will have a son, okay, he will have 3 sons in total. Okay, we will discuss who are the 3 sons, okay. He will have 3 sons, and what happens is the 3 sons, the first son, okay, is Pratipada, okay. His story starts in Hastinapur. So, he is the king of what? Where?
Hastinapur.
Hastinapur, correct. Okay, no confusion. So what happened is he was a great king, okay, but he was very much devotional in nature, okay. So now what happens is, because of this, they take a lot of years, and he marries a beautiful queen, and then he will have 3 sons. Okay, does anyone remember the son's name? Because we had discussed last time. Anyone remember? The first son, he had skin disease. Remember? No? The first son's name is Devapi. Okay. And Devapi was born, and as he was the eldest son, okay, he was meant to ascend the throne. Okay. And then the second son, okay, he will be given the throne of his mother's kingdom. Okay. Whenever the second son, we can also see in Ramayana, right? Rama was given the throne of Ayodhya, whereas Bharat was offered Kunti, sorry, I'm saying Kunti, sorry, Kaushalya. I'm sorry. Kaikeyi's, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kaikeyi's kingdom, yeah. sorry, I'm so sorry. Kaikeyi's kingdom, right? So similarly, whenever there's a second son of the family, they are given the mother's kingdom. Okay, so similarly over here, the first king's name was
Devapi.
Devapi. Okay, the second king's name was Bahlika. 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 Okay. So he was given his mother's kingdom called Sivi. Okay. So now what happens over here is as they grow older, okay, the first prince, okay, he develops a skin disease. Okay. So because of the skin disease, all the Brahmins over there, they will be like, it's a kind of flaw. Okay. And this kind of person cannot become a king. Only at that time, okay, in a very old age, okay, they have a third son. And what is the third son's name?
Shantanu.
Very good. Okay, now Shantanu was born. So now what happens? There was nothing else left. Okay, this harsh truth was revealed to Dev, Dev, and then he decided that he will take, renounced order of life. So he goes into the jungle. Okay, the person with the skin disease, and the second son, he will go and take care of his mother kingdom called Sivi. So automatically, King Shantanu becomes the king of Hastinapur. So he was called the unexpected king. Okay. But this unexpected king did a lot of marvelous things for Hastinapur. Okay. There was once a very major drought. Does anyone know what drought is?
Yes. There'll be
Yeah.
no
The time when
Yeah,
there
they will be.
scarcity
Yes.
of water.
Correct. There will be no water. The land is very dried. Okay. There will be like no kind of crop production and everything. Okay. So that time when Shantanu performs the Ashwamedha Yajna, okay, and the yagas and everything for the rain to come, it came in such a way that after that Hastinapur was always like it always had rain. That doesn't matter what the climate is, the monsoon used to come perfectly, right? So that of a great king, okay, Shantanu was. Now we'll start the story of King Shantanu. Okay. Now, King Shantanu, one day he loves hunting. Okay, Shantanu loves hunting so much. Okay, so one day what happens is he comes to the forest, okay, for hunting, and then he sees a very beautiful apsara. Okay, like she looks like an apsara. Okay, and then what happens? He will go near her and he will ask her, "You look very beautiful, so I wish to marry you." Okay, and the apsara, okay, before she introduces herself or anything, she puts forward saying, "Okay, but I have two conditions for me to marry you." Okay, does anyone know what the two conditions are?
You should not ask me what I'm doing, nor who am I. You shouldn't ask what am I doing, nor you should ask.
Correct. So the thing was, see, whatever I do, okay, you're not supposed to ask why am I doing it and my identity. Second thing also is that you shouldn't use harsh words, okay, to justify my actions. Okay. So like this, she puts forward and she introduces herself like, my name is Ganga. Okay. And Shantanu at that point, he doesn't think much. Okay. So he'll be like, oh, these two conditions seem fine. Okay. They're not that hard, right? To listen to someone and to not, because he'll not imagine, right, what she's going to do, right? So, like Shantanu marries Ganga, and 2 years, they stay very happily, a very happy husband and wife. They stay very happy. But what happens? Ganga one day she becomes pregnant. Okay, and then the king is so happy because he's just not happy that she is pregnant, but she had also given birth to a baby boy. Okay, now what happens in the joy? Okay, he'll come to the quarters of Ganga to visit, his son and his wife. That time Ganga seems to like go somewhere. So Shantanu keeps following, okay, Ganga. So when he goes with Ganga, okay, what happens is he sees Ganga do what?
Throwing the baby in the
In the river. Yeah. So like this, what happens that time, he still loves her a lot. Okay, so he doesn't say anything, he leaves her. But what happens? Imagine if something like this happens for another 6 times, totally 7 times the same thing happens. 7 times she takes all the 7 sons and then throws, she doesn't even put them, okay, she throws them into the river. Now what happened finally, eighth time, okay, eighth time she's doing the same thing. This time Shantanu is like, I am not going to stay silent. Okay, I don't know what happens, but I am going to raise my voice. When she's about to throw the son, okay, into the river, Shantanu will be like, stop, you hideous lady, how can you kill your own sons? You've already done 7 sons and now you're doing your eighth son also. What kind of a human being are you, right? It's wrong, right? You're not supposed to throw your kid into the river, and you're doing it without an explanation, without asking me, because the 7 sons are not just your sons, they're our sons, right? So you have to tell me what's happening. So Ganga Devi says, now you have broken your promise. You told me you will never ask me who I am, and you will never tell any harsh words to me or, justify my actions. But now that you have done all this, I am going to leave, okay, you along with my son. Okay. And what was the son named? Does anyone know?
Devaratha.
Very good. Devaratha. Okay. So she'll be like, I am taking Devaratha to me. And at the age of 12, I will return him. Okay. And I will return him after he gets proper training. Okay. From the best rishis possible. Okay. So saying so, Ganga is about to leave. And now Shantanu asks, at least tell me why you have killed those 7 sons, Like, and then she explains the whole stories of the Vasus and how she is Ma Ganga who flows through the matted hair of Lord Shiva. That's when Shantanu comes to realize, okay, she was not a normal person, but she was Ganga herself. Okay. It is common to have name Ganga, right? We also see a lot of people have it. Similarly, Shantanu got confused. Okay. So he didn't think it was actually Ganga Devi who would come and marry him. So like this, he parts way with Ganga. Okay. Now a lot of years pass, like few years pass. Okay. And Shantanu is getting used to this lonely life, right? Now he's been lonely without a wife, without sons. He's leading a very like a life as if just to live for the sake of living, he's living. Okay. Now what happens one day, King Shantanu goes for hunting as usual. Okay. And he sees a little boy, okay, trying to use arrows to stop water. Okay, it's very see the river is flowing, right? Just with arrows, how can you stop water? It's impossible, right? Through the holes, at least, or even the minute holes, the water will escape. But this boy's skill was so good that he was actually able to stop the water with his arrows. Okay. Now, seeing this, King Shantanu gets very impressed. Okay. And he goes near this boy and he starts inquiring, okay, who are you? I have not seen you around and you don't look like an ordinary person. Okay. You've dressed very well. Are you some king's son? Okay. Have you lost your way? And he starts appreciating his archery skills. Okay. That's when someone appears. Who appears?
Ganga.
Ganga Devi appears, and Ganga Devi is like, "See, my time to hand over our son has come. Okay, so I've come here to deliver him to you back to you, so that you can take care of him and make him the king." Okay, so I have named him Devaratha, and he was trained by a lot of munis, like Vashishta Muni, okay, Agastya Muni, and all of these big munis. Okay, and then so he has learned like a lot of skills from Parasuram and all of them. So, like, he is very strong. I have trained him in the best way possible. Okay. And she hands over who Devaratha to Shantanu. Okay. Now, Shantanu is very happy. So many years he lived a very alone life, right? But now he's got his son back. So now they perform yagas together, they go to war together, they fight together. And Shantanu is also growing old, right? So he wants Devaratha to take over the kingdom. Okay. So like this, what happens one day again, okay, for hunting, he goes to this forest, okay. And what does he smell? He smells something very sweet, okay, coming from this river. Very sweet smell, okay. And he starts following the smell and he starts going. And who does he meet?
Satyavati.
He meets Satyavati, right? Okay, and Satyavati is actually whose daughter is Satyavati?
A fisherman's daughter.
Very good. A fisherman's daughter. Okay. Now what happens is all of us know, right? What happens? King Shantanu only wants to marry Satyavati because she was so beautiful. Now tell me whose wife was Satyavati before Shantanu's wife?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Vyasdev's wife. Okay, was Satyavati. Okay. Yeah. And then now Mataji?
It was Parashar Muni, na Mataji.
Parashara Muni. Yes, I'm so sorry. I said
Father-
Vyasa. I'm so
mother
sorry.
of,
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Parashara Muni's wife, right, was Satyavati, right? So later, Vanshi is telling that Satyavati about another thing. Okay, Vyasa has sons, okay, of Dhritarashtra and Pandu with another queen. Okay, we will discuss it later, but it's not Satyavati. Sorry, I got confused. Okay, thank you, Divya Mataji. So with Parasara Muni, okay, wife was Satyavati. So now what happens as she's already married, she had to, take permission from her father, okay, to again give a hand, okay, in marriage. So she goes to Shantanu and she says that I will marry you, but my father first has to approve the marriage. Okay. So saying so, what happens? Shantanu goes to the fisherman and he asks, okay, the hand of Satyavati. But the fisherman clearly says, like he's very happy, okay, that the king is coming and asking for his daughter's hand. But then at the same time, he'll be like, but I have one condition. Okay, now Shantanu gets suspicious and he asks, what is the condition? And then, he will say that my daughters, okay, like whatever son is born out of my daughter, he should be the king. Now, what is the first thought Shantanu has? Anyone has any idea? He thinks?
To make Devarata the king.
Yeah, correct, right? He wants Devarata to be the king because he's the elder son. Okay, so what happens? He immediately walks away from that. Okay, and he goes back to the kingdom. Since the day he came from the forest, okay, this king has been feeling sad. He's given up whole hope in his life, and Devarata sees this and he goes and he asks his father, what is the reason for your sorrow? You feel very sad. And he'll be like, see, I'm getting older, okay, and I just want to pass the kingdom to you, but I'm just feeling like, like a bit of burdensome because I just want you to rule very nicely and be such a great king. So this is all the thought that is going on in my mind. Nothing serious, okay. But Devarata is very smart, right? Whose son is he? He's Ganga Devi's son, right? So obviously he'll be like, okay, no, something is wrong. I have to go and ask. Okay, so what he'll go is he'll go and ask the chief attendant, okay, of Shantanu, and he will explain the whole situation. And then what decision does Devarata make? He decides to go to the fisherman's house. Okay. When he goes, the fisherman again proposes the same thing. He'll be like, I will only give my daughter if her son will become the king and not you. Okay. And then being the very generous, prince he is, Devarata agrees. Okay. He's like, I don't want to be the king. It's fine. But then this fisherman is so cunning. Okay. Then he says that, see, how does that guarantee the succession? Okay. Now you will not become the king. But if you marry, your son will have the first right to the throne, right? Then if he takes over the kingdom, then it's a problem. Now what happens? See, he makes the greatest vow ever. He'll be like, I am taking a vow of never ever marrying anyone. Total celibacy. Okay, I'll not marry anyone. I will not be with anyone. I will not become the king. Everything will go to Satyavati, her sons, and her, lineage goes forward. Okay, like this. And from here, what is he called? From this point, Bhishma Pitamaha, right? Which means the person who has taken one of the greatest vow for a father, right? So what happens as soon as King Shantanu comes to know about this, okay, because Devarata brings whom Satyavati to the kingdom, he becomes very happy, okay, and he will grant Devarata, over here Bhishma Pitamaha, a vow. What is the vow? What does he grant Bhishma Pitamaha? Not a vow, like a wish. What is the wish?
Mataji, King Shantanu grants Devrata the wish that whenever you want to die, you can choose the time and place where you want to die.
Very good. Yeah. So like once she said, you will decide your own time of death, right? No one else will decide your time of death. You will decide your time of death, and that is when the death will come to you. Okay. So such a great, boon, right? Which was given to Bhishma Pitamaha. Now what happens? Shantanu and Satyavati get married and they have two beautiful sons. Does anyone know the son's name? Chitrangka and Vichitravirya. Yeah, very good. Okay, now they have two sons, and the two sons are very skilled in military training and everything. But one sad thing happens. What is it? King Shantanu dies. Okay, leaving the young wife Satyavati. Okay, and his two children. Then what happens? Bhishma Pitamaha will start acting like a fatherly figure for both the princes, and he crowns Chitranga as the king. Okay, few days after Chitranga becomes a king, a Gandharva with the same name called Chitranga appears. Okay, and this Gandharva has a very annoying thing that he doesn't like anyone having the same name as him. So what happens? He immediately challenges this king, okay, for a fight. Now, being a Gandharva, he has some kind of supernatural powers, right? Because he is a celestial being. He has a power of appearing and disappearing in multiple places. So, like this, he was easily able to defeat Chitranga, okay, in the battle, and Chitranga dies. Now, what happens? Bhishma Pitamaha was left with no choice, and he had to make Vichitravirya the king. Very good. Now, what happens then? Vichitravirya comes to an age of marriage, okay, when he comes. So what happens? Bhishma Pitamaha had to go and choose wife for Vichitravirya. Okay, so then he comes to know that the king of Kashi, okay, is holding a Swayambar for his three daughters. What are three daughters' names?
Ambika, Ambalika,
The first is Amba. Amba, Ambika, Ambalika. Very good. Okay, and all of us know what happens, right? Now he'll go to the Swayambar, okay, and he sees all the three princesses, and he likes all the three princesses. Okay, then he'll be like, why should I take one princess? I will take all the three princesses with me. Okay, so saying like this, he takes the three princesses, and there's a great war that goes in between. Okay, where everyone will try to attack Bhishma Pitamaha because he is taking these three girls and going away. At the same time, Bhishma Pitamaha fights with everyone, and then he brings all the three queens in front of whom?
Vichitra Virya.
He brings in front of actually Satyavati, okay, and he asks the approval, okay. And then when he asks approval, she'll be like, but we have to ask these three princesses if they like or not, right? If they like to get married to our son or something like this. It's the basic, courtesy kind of a thing, right? Which is missed by whom? Which is missed by Bhishma Pitamaha. So when Bhishma Pitamaha, okay, is asking all of this, okay, to the three princes, one of the princes actually will say what? She will refuse. Does anyone know who that princess is?
Amba.
Ambika. Ambika refuses. Okay, she'll be like, there was a king I loved, okay, and he was present in the Swayambar, but because you took me away, I lost a chance to marry him. Okay, but as she wished, okay, the king will arrange, like Bhishma Pitamaha will arrange a marriage with that particular king. But what will that king do? He will refuse the marriage, right? He will refuse the marriage, and Ambika, what does she do? She curses whom? What does she curse? What is the curse? That he will think. It's very easy. She'll curse Bhishma Pitamaha. Why will she curse? Because if that day, yes.
Mataji, because her marriage couldn't happen, so probably she would curse him that his marriage wouldn't happen with the girl he likes.
Yeah, that is also partially true, but everyone knows that Bhishma Pitamaha will not marry. Okay, but she will curse him, saying that he will meet an unexpected ending when he dies. Okay, because his death is in his own hands, right? But it will be a very unexpected ending. It's not something a way that people will die. But why will she curse such a way that, like how Niharika had told, okay, that if she was present in the Swayambar and if Bhishma Pitamaha didn't take her, she'll marry the person, right? And that person and she could have been happy. Now that king had refused her and she was forced and now she's not married. Okay, she dies like this itself. Okay. So like this, she had cursed Bhishma Pitamaha and eventually she passes away from this world. Whereas the other two sisters, Amba and Ambalika, okay, what happens?
They marry Vichitra Virya.
They marry Vichitra Virya, okay. And I think it was Amba, not Ambika. Okay. I will
Mataji,
confirm
actually, Amba didn't married. Actually, you went somewhere wrong. Actually, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, Mataji. I think in this Mahabharat it's Ambika. Maybe I'll confirm once more, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah, because over here in the Mahabharat of ISKCON, they said Ambika. So let me confirm, Mataji, with someone, some senior devotee, and I will get back. Yeah. Sorry for the confusion. So now what happens? Sorry, where was I?
After the sacrifice that Amba did.
Okay. Okay, we'll just say Ambika for now. Okay, I will just confirm. Okay, Mataji, can I confirm next week and tell you, or just like this week I'll message in the group? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So now what happens after this? Ambika and Ambalika get married to Vishitra Virya, right? Okay, thank you, Giri Prabhu. So it is Amba only. Okay, Amba is the one who gets married, who doesn't get married. Okay. Okay, now what happens after this? They to marry whom? Vichitra Virya, right? Then what is the lineage? What happens? Vichitra Virya also dies young, right? Because of some disease, right? So now what happens? Who will they have children with? Vyasadev, right?
Yes.
What are the children's name then?
One is Buran, one is Pandu, and one is Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra. Who is the first one you said, Vanshi?
First one is Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra, and then they will have Pandu, and who's the third one?
Vidura.
Vidura. Vidura was the maid's son. Okay. See, as Prabhuji has confirmed and as Vanshi mother has said, Ambika was the first wife and Ambalika was the second. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. So Amba was the one who didn't get married. Okay. So what is the lineage from here? Dhritarashtra marries whom?
Gandhari.
Gandhari, and Ambika, Pandu marries two wives. Who are they?
Kunti and Madri.
Very good. Okay. And then we have discussed the lineage like before, right? Right? All clear?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have a quick recap then.
Yes, Mataji.
What were all the stories we discussed today? Starting with
King Shibi.
Shibi. Okay. And then
Then Santanu, Ganga. Then
Yeah.
the 8 about Vasus.
very good. 8 Vasus. Can anyone name all the 8 Vasus?
Prithvi, Agni,
Agni,
Vayu,
Vayu, Antariksh,
Antarik,
Vayu, and Lakshatra. Correct. Okay, good. And then what was the next story?
About Ganga and Shantanu.
Ah, very good. Okay. Okay. And then
Devarata's vow,
Devarata's vow. Okay. And then Satyavati and Shantanu getting married. And then Devarata becoming Bhishma Pitamaha because of his vow. And then Bhishma Pitamaha. And then Shantanu dies, right? And Shantanu has 2 sons, Chitranga and Vichitravirya. And Chitranga dies young. Okay. And Vichitravirya is married to Ambika and Ambalika. And their sister Amba, because of her sad ending, where she's not able to end up with her love, she will also pass away from this world, right? And Amba and Ambika will have each one son from Vyasadeva, and they're called Dhritarashtra and
Pandu.
Pandu. Very good. Okay, now we will come. So till this we have discussed the story of Adi Parva. Okay. So from here Adi Parva gets over and the next Parva starts. What is the next Parva's name?
Mahabharat.
Sabha Parva. Very good. Okay. Over here we discuss, the whole Hastinapur and what happens when the Pandus grow up. Okay. And Dhritarashtra. We see the relationship and all this kind of things. Okay. So now before we start all this, can we go through a very important month that is going to come? Does anyone know what is Kartik Mas or Damodar Mas? Have you heard about this?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So what do you do during this Mas? What are some of the things that you guys do? Or what is some of the things you know about this month?
we light Deepas,
You like Deepas. Very good. Okay.
Singing Damodarashtakam.
Singing Damodar Ashtakam. Very, very good. Then
A chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
It multiplies into 1,000, right?
into 1,000 times. Very good. Very good. Okay. Whatever you do. And then you offer Deepa. You sing Damodar Ashtakam. Everything. Okay. Good.
Taking the vows.
Taking the vows. Okay. So, there any vows that you have taken for the coming Kartik Mas? No? So, today with this session, we'll all take vows. Okay. So, before this, we'll listen to glories of, Kartik Mas. Okay. So, Kartik Mas has been classified in so many scriptures like Padma Purana, Skanda Purana. Okay. Like how you said, lighting a lamp, okay, is considered the most auspicious thing in this month. Okay. And when do you light this lamp of Damodar to Damodar?
In Kartik Mas.
In Kartik Mas, at what, there's a particular time everyone offers this. What is that time?
Evening.
In the evening, 7 p.m. Okay, they offer this lamp. Okay, so it's very auspicious. Why? Because this month, okay, is also called as Kartik Mas. Okay, and in Bhagavad Gita, okay, we listen, right, among all the greatest things, I am this, Krishna tells, right? So he says, among all the months, I am Kartik. Okay, so he says Kartik is my favorite month. See, whatever is Krishna's favorite month is Radharani's favorite month. And whatever Radharani's favorite month is Krishna's favorite month. Okay. So, like Radharani is also called Kartika Devi. Okay,
Yes.
because she is like she likes Kartik so much because Krishna loves Kartik. Okay, and he performed so many lovely pastimes during Kartik Mas when he came in like as Lord Krishna, right? So this month is very 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 special for Radha Rani. Okay, so in this month there is a small story. Okay, that takes place. We'll quickly see the story. Okay, we don't have much time. Okay, we have time. So now what happens is this is a story, okay, that is about Satyabhama. Okay, does anyone know this story? Have you ever heard this Kartik Mas story of Satyabhama?
Satyabhama.
Yes, Mataji, it is
Good.
that story when Krishna brings Rukmini that jasmine tree and Satyabhama also wants the jasmine chata tree.
Ah, okay, okay. It's a little different. Okay, it is like for another month, but not for Kartik Mas. Okay, so now what happens is one day Satyabhama. Okay, it is said by Sanatana Goswami. Okay, that during Kartik Mas, like there were a lot of vows and everything everyone practices, right? So one day Satyabhama goes to Krishna and asks, "You have so many queens, right? But why do you like me the most among all these queens?" Okay, then Lord Krishna will start reciting a wonderful story. Okay, that there was a place, okay, where a rishi lived. Okay, and this rishi's name was Chandra. Okay, and he used to manage this gurukul. Okay, and he was searching a son-in-law, okay, for his daughter. Okay, so what happens is Chandra had a very devoted, okay, student called Dev. Okay, so now what happens one day, Dev and Chandra, okay, the guru and the student, they go to the jungle to collect wood, okay, to cook. So, but what happens, it becomes a little dark and it starts raining, okay. At the same time, what happens is a monster, okay, comes from the forest to kill these people. Because they were devotees of the Lord Vishnu, what do you think the reaction would have been? Do you think they would have taken swords and killed the monster? What would have the sage and the student done?
Mataji, they mainly pray to Lord Krishna.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are devotees, right? They are not warriors. So they start praying to Lord Krishna and Vishnu, okay. And what happens? Obviously, the Rakshasa kills them, okay. But what happens? They achieve Vaikunta, okay. That time, the daughter, right? We saw, right? This Rishi Chandra had a daughter, right? So she starts, following this Damodar Kartik Mas Vrat. And what does she do during this Vrat? Okay, she starts waking up at Brahma Muhurta. She chants, like the holy name, and then she takes bath in the Ganga, and then she attends the Mangalarati, and she serves Tulasi Maharani. So like this whole month, she fills herself with a lot of devotional activities. Okay. So what happens is Lord Krishna tells that as the time, started going on, okay, her time had come and she had eventually passed away from this world, and she also reached Vaikunta planet. Okay, now, Satyabhama will say, "So why are you telling me all this story?" Okay, and Krishna will tell that. So you're the only queen, okay, who has been observing this Kartik Mas Vrat. Okay, so hence, you are my most dear queen, a queen, because you are following all the verbs, and you're doing this kind of sadhana very nicely. Okay, so that's why you are my most favorite queen, right? Satyabhama was very, all of us know that Satyabhama was Krishna's favorite queen, right? So this is the reason. So what does this mean to us? Should we all do Kartik Mas Vrat to become Krishna's favorite? We should, right? So what are the things that you can do in Kartik Mas? Okay, we'll keep simple goals. Okay, so every Kartik Mas they say that you can keep increasing these vows. Okay, you can become more strict. For adults, if you have already done, you can follow like more stricter vows, because I know a lot of Matajis and Prabhujis are here, right? But for kids who are just starting, okay, if you're doing one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, try to do 2 rounds, because it is 10 times, okay, the effect, right? So, and if you're doing, like example, go and try to water tulasi every day. Take a small kalasham, right? You have like a small pot of water. Every day, okay, offer some water to Tulasi Devi, offer some agravati, something, just 5 minutes you can take time. Okay. An example, if you're waking up at 7 o'clock for school, okay, try to wake up 30 minutes before. I'm just saying, if you're waking up 6 o'clock, wake up 30 minutes before. Yes, Naimisha.
Mataji, I water tulsi plant every day.
You don't have Tulasi?
I have tulsi plant and I water it daily.
You water it daily. Very good. You also,
Even I
Arohi?
water it daily, Mataji.
Very good. See, then you're already doing tulsi puja. Do it with more intense. Add one more step. Okay, offer agarbatti this time, or offer a small deepam. Okay, go keep a small deepam. And all of you know this like thing. Vrindaye tulasi devyai. The mantra.
Vishnu Murti
Bhakti
Prati
Devi
Devi
Satyavati
Namo
Namo Namaha. Very good. So chant this 3 times. Okay, and then offer agrabatti like incense. Okay, offer a lamp and offer some water. Okay, if possible.
every day 3 times and I offer a lamp to
Very good. Yes. And then you can also offer lamp to Damodar. All of you have this photo of Damodar. Can you see this photo?
Mataji, we have a statue of.
Very good. Very
Yes,
good.
Mataji.
Yes. So what you can do is you can offer Damodar a lamp. Does everyone know how to offer the lamp to Damodar?
Yes.
How do you offer?
4237.
4237. Do you all do this?
Yes.
Or only some of you will do this? All of you do. So you have to do 4 on the feet, 2 on the navel, 3 on the head, and as a whole you do 7. Okay? And you do it once in a day at 7 o'clock. Okay? And you can also send pictures in the group, okay, after you do, okay, the Arati, small picture you can send. Even I'll send pictures, okay? You at least once in this month, at least once, okay? Try to go to temple, okay, during 7 o'clock. Over there, they will like sing Damodar Ashtakam and offer, the ghee lamp in the temple. You can go attend it. The adults, when it comes to the adults, like your mothers or the fathers or other Matajis and Prabhujis, you can wake up in Brahma Muhurta, do Mangal Arati, okay, to the Lord. You can try doing Mangalarati. You can recite Damodarashtakam and Gopi Geet. Okay, Gopi Geet is very important prayer. And you can like read the prayer, the Gajendra Moksha. During this month, reading Gajendra Moksha is considered so auspicious. And I also recommend everyone to read some kind of book. If anyone hasn't started Bhagavad Gita, they can start reading Bhagavad Gita. They can read Bhagavatam slowly. Okay, one by one you can read. You can read, or you can also read the small books of Prabhupada, right? We have those 20, 30 pages of books. You can start reading them. The adults, I have a list of things adults can do, okay, which are very critical. But if anyone wants to know, please message me. I don't want to shock the children with the extravagant vows. So the adults can take a step further and do something very creative. Yeah, stitch the own like varamala for the Lord. The mala is there, right? You can stitch the own mala. I see some of the senior Matajis sleeping on the floor. I see a lot of devotees take a lot of vows. They read a lot. They sing all these stutis, the prayers, read Bhagavatam every day. It is very, very auspicious. Whatever you do in this month is like 10,000 times, the thing. If Ekadasi is coming, follow it a bit more strictly. I know kids, it's hard because you'll have school and everything. But still, okay, whatever is possible, you can do that. Okay, visit temple as much as possible. Okay, any temple, if possible, ISKCON temple because the Damodar Arati is going on. Okay, you promise you will do all this at least once in this month. I want all of you to go to temple, worship Tulasi Maharani regularly. If you're not chanting, chant one round. Okay, if you are chanting, increase one round. Okay, will you take the simple vow for this Kartik Mas?
Yes. Yes,
You have to take the verb, you have to follow then, okay? You have to give your level best. The parents are also okay to take a step ahead. Yeah? Vanshi's mother, Naimisha's mother, Arohi's mom. Yes, Giri Prabhu is, yes, Prabhuji. Chitra Mataji will always do amazing. Nandini Mataji, all of you also. Yeah? You'll all do? Great. Yeah. If you have any doubts, okay, anything, Niharika, all of you, yeah, you can always post in the group. You can always share your sadhana. Okay. We will also have a special Damodar Mas tasks. Okay, that's why I wanted to announce. From Tuesday onwards, every day we will have a 5-minute task. Okay, it will only take 5 minutes, not more than that. Okay. All of you, 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Okay, and then those tasks we can do, even if it is something that you do regularly, like Tulasi also, that can also be a task. Okay, simply we'll do few small tasks. Okay, so that way you stay connected somehow. Okay, is that okay with you all? Adults will have separate tasks. I will post like 2 sections, children's task and adults task. Okay, yes, Chitra Mataji, you had a doubt?
No, Mataji. I promise. You wanted promise.
Yes,
Right?
Mataji, yes. Whatever verb is there, you can all actually like type it in the group. That one extra verb you're going to follow this month, and you can post it in the group, right? So all of us will also see, and we can also do something new. Okay. So like this, all of you, like if you sing Damodar Ashtakam, post it in the group, right? So we can all see the sadhana. If I'm going to offer ghee lamp or make garlands, I will also post in the group. Okay. So whoever in their capacity is able to do whatever, please do that during this month. Okay. It's very, very, very auspicious. Okay. Again and again, I'm telling. Okay. It's a very good month. Okay. All okay? Any doubts in this lesson? You're all clear? I'm so sorry I made 2 mistakes today. So please forgive me. I confused between Ambika and Amba. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. If there are no doubts, can we end the session? Okay. Vancha kalpatarupyascha kripa sindhubhyo eva cha patitanaam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Mahabharatam Granth ki
Jai.
Kartik Mas Mahotsav ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. May all of you have a wonderful Kartik Mas. May Lord Krishna and Radha Rani bless you all with more and more devotion and more memory, so that you don't forget all the names of the Mahabharat characters. Okay. And you'll be more keen to listen. Okay. So I'll also try to take classes regularly without missing, and you also all come. Okay. Please, sincere request. Okay. So see you all next class with more stories from Mahabharat. Okay. Any doubts, you can always message me, and we will start the Kartik Mas challenge or Vrat. Okay. From Tuesday. And there'll be a surprise gift. Okay. In the end of the month to all of you. Okay. Especially the one who performs everything very well, who does all the tasks on time. Very small gift. Don't take it as competition, just like encouragement. Okay. Okay. We'll end the session with this. Okay. We'll see you all next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Vanshi. Hare Krishna Naimisha. Hare Krishna Arohi Om.
Hare Krishna
Nandini
Mataji. Dandavat
Thank you,
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna,
Niranjan.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mataji.
Niharika. Thank you, Chitra Mataji. Thank you, Rajeshwari Mataji. Thank you, Archana Mataji.